Okay, this is a word for someone. So, I didn't get good sleep last night, and I don't know. I don't know. I had like indigestion or something last night, and I just like didn't have any energy when I woke up. And it's so interesting now to me because it's like my energy is everything, and it's like night and day. Now all these tools, like doing breath work and meditation and even just getting outside and getting some sun. Obviously coffee and all that too, but like it's different for me now. It's like I'm more sensitive and I have to do these other things to help keep my vibration up. And so there's almost just like a frustration or even sometimes a fear if I'm like, if I get too tired. And that's just something to move through. And then like, you can always, if you have a way to like spend some time in meditation and stuff. Then I did my things and I started feeling better, and some different things were being shown to me, and seeing an old friend going on this crazy adventure, and and then seeing we all lived together, my sister and these other two girls, and then they both commented on this post. It was like the only post that my Teddy had gotten on my phone and gotten on Instagram because he likes to do the little the face thing. But anyway, and I thought that was interesting because it was like that was it looked like such a cool, like fun thing to go do. And then I hopped off of there, and then like these other things were coming to me, and it's like, I remember when like things were really, really hard when we first moved home, and I was trying to live in the same house as my mom. And then there was this being kicked out and all the gaslighting. And one of the things that always stands out to me is it's like all these things would happen with behaviors like that, or like there would be a fight, and it would be like there would never be any reparation. There would never be any mending, and my mom would even act like nothing happened. And it was almost like, it was scary to me. It was just like very, very strange. Like, okay, you're just gonna gaslight me, or we're just gonna have a quarrel and like this big blow up, and then just life just goes on. It's like, but I remember when we were first living here, and in 2020, anyway, I don't need to add in too many things, but like, I remember when we started going back over there, and Teddy we were going over there a lot, and he was swimming and doing these different things, and it seemed like I was in a better place. We were in a better place, and because there was so much going on with Teddy, and I had to be so focused on that, and this is not meant to be drawn out. All right, let's try to wrap this up because I don't know if he's gonna need me. I remember there was one time that we were over there, and when we were living with her, she always had all these rules, and it was always all these rules, and then they would change, and it was so hard as a parent of a kid at that point when he was little. He was a toddler. It was like, okay, and then another big part of it is like, she has had this beautiful home with all of these and my brother does pottery, and she wanted to have his pottery, and she likes having these nice things, and And that's, you know, it was her house and stuff, but it was like, there's always this feeling of just like, we don't fit in here. Like, we're not really welcome. Like, you're not, but then it sort of shifted because it was like, when we started going over there more and doing the swimming thing, it was like, she would always like do all the run around and like make sure she had food that Teddy liked to eat, and like tried to be overt. It was like very obvious. It was like, she was like trying to be so accommodating. And I remember saying many times, I was like, Mom, you don't need to like serve us when we're over here. Like, we're family, you know, like it was just, and it's now looking back, it strikes me as strange. At the time, I was just kind of like, okay, like, I guess she doesn't, and she would say stuff like, I don't have anybody to entertain and stuff, and she does like to cook. She does enjoy cooking and like feeding people. But I love doing that because especially before, when Teddy's behaviors were even, I was still learning it and adapting to it, and it was crazier. It was like, going over there was like a break for me, a mental break. And she would always say that, but it was ironic because it was like, she never babysat. I was like, I always had to be there. I don't want to get into a bunch of side topics, but, oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't have energy. I don't have the mental focus. So, and I would sometimes, like, it'd be late in the day, and he would swim for like there were times where we were there for like 4 hours, and he would get out and eat, and we'd do other things, but there were times where that's just his thing still to this day. And so it's like, that would be a way that I could kind of have like a mental break as a mom, and just not have to worry about him, or, you know, not have to be as much of a parent. And like, sometimes we'd have drinks, and it was just kind of like, and she has this beautiful, that her home is beautiful, and like everything is put in it's just beautiful. And her outside, especially with the pool and everything, and it was like a little paradise. And I always remember that, and it being like, and I'm still that way that I love, like, I love going places by the water, and just different environments like that are just peaceful. And like the ambiance, like that's a big thing for me, because it's just like, it's like the feng shui, it's like the energy of a place. Like, one of my favorite jobs was working at this restaurant that was like, most of it was outside, because it was just, and they would have live music and stuff, and it was just, the ambiance was just beautiful. But anyways, that was something that kind of stood out to me, because it was like, she kind of made it feel like it was like this like break, and this like, you know, like this like, it's kind of started to draw me. I don't really know that it drew me in, because it was like, I still always had that. I always had this part of me that was like, I want to figure things out on my own. I want to be able to work. I want to be able to be on my own. But there was even a point where we were talking about doing like, yes, baby, doing like a co-op together and these different things. But then when I started to talk about the things that I wanted to do, it was like, that's when it would be like shut down, and she'd be like, oh, well, you know, you made these choices in life, and so that's, you know, you have to deal with the consequences or whatever. Like, it would be like these weird conversations that would always like pull me out of it. And then I started to realize that it was like, that was the only security that we had anymore. And then I was leaning on that. And that's what I mean about the whole, like, it's like a slow drip, because it's scary, because you're like, you know, you're like, wait a minute, like, no, I'm not a damsel in distress. No, yes, I made these choices in life, but that doesn't mean, because like another big one was like, because of Teddy's being autistic. And then there was a point in time where it was like, I really had to drop everything to try to figure out what could I do for him and how to help him and stuff. And then choosing to pull him out of school and stuff, like that changed a lot of things. But, and it made it, it made that us have less options. But I was like, just because of all of these things, and over now he's in, I mean, there's definitely moments, we definitely have our harder days, and he still has his certain behaviors, but like I was like, why? That's not like, why would I not be able to work just because of this and stuff? And we have had a lot of people come and go, and we don't have this like village or this like support system even now. But it was just, this was not meant to be this long, but it was just like, I needed to speak that, because it was like seeing that, and these little things popping up, and these like remembrances, and like, one other like just little thing, cause it's just standing out to me, because it's like, it just to me shows the difference of like how I am, like my mindset, and like how I want to continue moving forward, and what's most important to me. And I remember like the last couple of Christmases, my mom like would just like put up all this like crazy beautiful and there were just like beautiful decorations, and then she would have all the like shatterable, breakable ornaments on her tree, and I was just like it's beautiful. I mean, my God, she should have been in like the Southern Living magazine. Like, it was that beautiful. And I was like, but my kid like cannot, like, he can only walk in this space and cannot touch anything, and my kid's like a sensory seeker. Like, he loves touching everything. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a good practice, but it's like, he couldn't maneuver, and it's fine, of course, because it was her place and she's allowed to do what she wants and stuff like that. But it was just like, those little things like stand out to me, because it's like, it has made me realize over time, and like pulling away and like realizing like I want to do things on my own, like more and more. I'm like, I don't want to be with people, and realizing all of the like wearing a mask and doing things to like try to just keep people around or pull them in or whatever. It's like, it gets more over. It takes a while, because for a little bit, it might seem like things are cool or things are kosher, or, again, it's sad when it's your family, because you're like, yeah, I do want to. You think that, these are people that you would want to have in your life, especially if you have kids and stuff like that. But it's like, I have to give this one last example because it's coming to me. I don't know if I'm going to post this or not, but like one of the reasons that, my mom had made me this, I mean, after everything that happened, I was like, nah, it's just a no. But like, there was one time when, because he doesn't do it as much anymore, but it still does happen once in a while, of eloping, which means running away. And like once in a while in the store, he'll try it on me. Knock on wood. We don't have a lot of incidences with it, but he ran out of the house one time when I was like using the bathroom or something. I was around the corner, and maybe I was like walking around the corner or something, because I think I remember seeing it happen, and she just didn't do anything. And then she was like, yeah, he ran out. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I mean, and she lives in a, it's not like a crazy neighborhood, but it's not like it's not really a neighborhood, because, I mean, it is, because I think it's 25 on that street, but like there's a downhill. So some kids come down quickly. Anyway, it was just like, oh, and okay, this will be the last part of this, because I don't know why why I need to ramble. My mom would always like do all this research, because, and it made it seem like she was really like, she kind of like played this role of like wanting to be on my team and wanting to be this friend. And it was like, I didn't expect that or anything like that. But then it was like, I remember one time when my brother and his girlfriend had come over, and they were there a lot too. It wasn't like it was just like, one, like my sister lives far away, so she's not around that often. And they've all seen like the worst of, I'm not sure how much my brother has seen, but I know my sister has seen like the worst of his behavior. It's very interesting, because it seems like the times that she's visited, has been like the most extreme. And I could go on and on about all the crazy stories. But anyway, I remember like one time we came over, it wasn't even that long ago. It was like some kind of like, it was during the summer because we were swimming. So it was like 4th of July or something like that. And like Jake and Curry were there and they were already in the pool, and like Teddy came in and he was just like doing Teddy. And I don't remember what he even did. It was like, he was just like making noises and like splashing around or something like that. It wasn't that crazy. I just remember he made his appearance type of thing. And my mom was just like apologizing to them because they were just, sitting there talking, doing the adult thing or whatever. And then they probably had drinks, and I don't know if he splashed water in them. I don't remember any specifics. I just remember that. And I was just like, and they were like, yeah, it's fine. And I was just like, what in the world? It was just like weird because I was like, again, like my brother has been with this girl for a long time. Like, she knows our family, all of this. And so anyways, it's not any like one particular story or I love my family, like, regardless. It's just like I've had to have this difficult realization that it's like, it was never gonna work, that, and I wish I had seen it sooner, but it is what it is. But it's like, it was never gonna work that I was gonna be able to figure out how to work and do these things on my own, and also try to like balance it with my family, because it's like, we don't have the same like mindset. We don't have the same agenda. We don't have the same desires. Like, and then on top of that, when you walk away, if they choose to see you as the villain and then they create this smear campaign, I mean, I have no idea how much that's blocked us or like being outed or whatever. But I do know that like not having anybody else, especially on these days when I'm more tired, it's like I'm not able to accomplish more. And added to that, the fact that like the job that I have started, I'm not making profit from it. I mean, it sucks. It sucked. It's just one of those like, seeing that today, it was like, I love that for Maddie. I'll just say about that for her name. I don't want to give her, I don't know why I'm weird about that. It's just a first name. But anyway, I thought that was so cool. And I'm just like, it's not that I would still love to go do something like that, but it was like, it came to me that it was like, that's what I'm giving up. Like I'm choosing and continuing to choose to make all these sacrifices because living in my truth and being able to stand on my own and not have to have people around me that really have like, I don't want to say the word selfish, but that's how it felt. It's like selfish intentions and don't really want to support us or don't really want aren't seeking the same things. It's like, I don't know why it has to happen the way that it does, but it's just like, it's just a little thing. Cause like I see that all the time of like the people with like all the organized stuff. And I'm like, it's so beautiful. And it's like, there's all that part that's like, it's aesthetically pleasing, but it's like, that's not like, it's different. Okay, I was trying to figure out like what it is. Like, it's different priorities. It's like, there's definitely things that I know that, and maybe that this spirit's also like, yo, clean it up. And maybe that there's some cleaning up that I need to do and stuff like that. And there's definitely, there's places I'd love to go because I do love the ambiance. But I think the point of that is it's like trying to keep people around because of outer things, especially something like, that they love like a certain ambiance or that, like, anyway, it started to get creepy. It started to get very scary to me. And I was like, I don't want to be, even if this means that I have to take this very long route and I don't know who is going to be our support system. And Teddy, don't, baby. No mouth. That's not for that. Okay. I know that like living by like what is important to me is, and knowing that the people in my life, because like also this whole bully, gang stalking, like whatever even is, jealousy, hate, crime, I don't know. I don't even want to use those words, but because it's like I still have to send those people love, but it's like it all like reiterates to me that it's like, I don't ever want to be around people for like, you know, extended periods, like people that are like constants in our life that, we're not on the same team. We're not on the same page. And, okay. This was almost 21 minutes, but, I don't know, y'all. I'm just going to end with like, this is what's coming to me is like, you know, God knows your heart and why it's, like I said, like why it's set up this way. And it's like, I don't want to hate or harp on myself anymore that like I didn't walk away sooner, or I didn't figure it out sooner or whatever. It's like, and maybe somebody else needs to hear that too, because it's like, doing things, you know how hard it is just trying to do things on your own, and how different it is when you're working just with your own energy and trying to keep your vibration up and stuff like that. And dealing with projections and all these things, that it's like, there's just not going to be a lot of people that are going to get it, or going to have empathy or whatever. And I think that it all kind of comes together of just like, God's like, okay, do you get it? Do you see? Like, I need to protect you right now. Like, you need to be by yourself right now, you know? And I don't know, that just feels like warm to say that. So it's like, all right, I don't know, you guys, we're going to get there, and we're going to find the people that we're meant for. All right. Love you guys.